Well, good morning. So, I just got settled down out here this morning. Very calm and quiet. It's kind of weird. Normally I can step outside first thing in the morning and I can hear gobbles all around. I can try to get an idea of which direction I want to go to try to call the turkeys onto my property. Nothing this morning. So, I just, kind of took a gamble and came back over here on the backside where I've hunted over here maybe 1 hour all season so far, and we're into the fourth season here, I believe, now in Tennessee. So we're halfway through the turkey season. So unfortunately, as soon as I started setting down over here, the cows came out into the field behind me. I never have any luck calling turkeys into an area where there are cows currently. They'll come into this field when the cows leave, and they'll go through and they'll be flipping over all the cow patties looking for bugs. But with the cows in the field right now, I don't know. We'll give it a go. I've only got about an hour and a half before I have to go to work, so it'll have to happen fast if it happens at all. So this area that I'm set up in right now, I've got property line, pasture field back here behind me, about 20 yards behind me. I'm hunting parallel to the property line. Everything behind me was logged about 20 years ago, so it's a lot of small undergrowth, really thick and dense. The stuff in front of me hasn't been logged in many, many, many years, so it's a lot of large mature trees, poplars, hickories, and white oaks, red oaks. Just across the property line, right beside this pasture field, is a large stand of mature, well, there was a large stand of mature timber in there. It was logged last turkey season, and when I walked the property line last week looking for morel mushrooms, the turkeys have been up in there, and all those treetops, and where they've drug those trees out of there, and they've just scratched it all to pieces in there. Well, the cows have invaded my territory. They've all come in to feed right here behind me. Come in to graze. I thought I heard one Jake gobble back over way up at the top of that hill behind this field. The reason I say I think it was a Jake gobble was it was a very abbreviated gobble, just like a it wasn't the full, trailing off gobble like you would typically hear. I think I'm going to start to break my stuff down and start to walk out of here. A few things to think about, but today is over. No luck today. Y'all have a good day. God bless. Alright, we're at set number 1 for the morning. I tried listening for gobbles this morning before I got out here and got set up this morning. And there was nothing. It was full moon, basically, last night, the night before. And I'm wondering if that is affecting the turkeys. I wonder if maybe because the predators are out all night if they're staying quiet. That was pretty fun. Those birds finally poked their heads out over there. There's a whole bunch of jakes. All the ones I saw were jakes. There may have been a longbeard over there, but I never saw him. The cows came back down in over here in the field beside me, and they chased those jakes off. I've seen them do that before. Cows hate turkeys for some reason. I don't understand it, but anyway, those turkeys were right here, probably between 80 and 100 yards from me. Part of them were on the neighbor's property. Part of them were on this side of the fence. They never would cross the little finger, the ridge finger that comes down that was separating me from them. I only saw them when they walked out up in the field to try to get a look this way to see if they could see the decoy. I finally saw him, and then all of a sudden he stood there, they stood there for a while, but then all of a sudden, one of the jakes took off running the other way, and I looked up, and there was about 5 cows running through the field, heading right towards him. So I guess the cows ended my hunt for me. Those hens, I don't know if you could hear them on the camera or not. I don't know if you could hear those hens on camera or not. But those hens were just yelping right over here. Squirrels are up there going crazy. Those turkeys are back out there again. They're yelping like crazy over there. I don't know if I can get them to come in or not. Anyway, if it's all just a bunch of jakes, I'm not going to shoot a jake anyway. Leave them for my son and for next year. But that was still fun either way. Birds are still gobbling over there. Man, I took my stuff down. Well, before I took my stuff down, I snuck down here to the edge of the property and looked, and those turkeys were working their way up the neighbor's property where he had it logged a year ago. He had it logged during turkey season last year. And there were 3 hens and 2 jakes. And those jakes were over there just a hammering away. I did not see a longbeard in the bunch. So, man, it's hard to leave gobbling birds. Even if you know, you hear them? It's hard to leave gobbling birds, even if you know there's not a longbeard in the bunch. I guess part of me thinks that those birds gobbling, me calling, could pull a longbeard in. But I don't have time this morning. I've got to get back and get to work. And my camera batteries are about dead, both of them. So I'm going to recharge them both. I'm taking my son out today at lunch to go to the ground blind and see if we can get him one. Maybe. Who knows? That's it for this morning. Let's see what happens later.